50.
That's actually pretty dope.
Pusha go hot in the beat. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Heavyweight Bros podcast, episode 35.
Hey,
Does that make it? Is that our Kevin Durant?
hey, KD.
Is KD the best 35 you can think of?
We're gonna go with it. Yes,
Yogi Berra?
KD.
I was like, Kevin Durant. It is episode 35. It is Tuesday, March 22nd, and I am your host. The
Fresh cut. Fresh cut. That's what you know. Showing off the fresh cut.
I was gonna do the boy, the 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic, the big nasty. And to my right is my co-host, the high yellow hitman, Coach Buck, the freaking deacon, my little dumpling. Man, Uncle Raisin, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling, fam, man. You know how I am, man.
You can say whatever you want about the little dumpling thing. It makes you smile every time. So it's like I feel like it's gonna happen. Thank you, Nick.
But nah, man, I'm good, man. You know,
I feel like all of a sudden you got mad melanin just popped out of nowhere. Like,
hey, I don't know. Maybe it's the hoodie.
It could be.
I don't know. You called me a koyo, so I feel like there was some yellow in there somewhere. But nah, I'm good, man. You know how I feel when it's pod time, man. It wasn't a strenuous day at work. There's a lot going on, but got through it. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm here, man. Excited. You
still here. I'm still standing. I'm still strong.
That's a nice cultural gem. What's that? Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Say it.
I don't know. So I was hoping you were gonna say it.
It's a name. It's gonna come to me. When it does, I'm just gonna blurt it out.
But anyways, I was gonna say, like, I feel like we were just here because it's like it's Tuesday and we did a Sunday one, so it's like a short time in between. And it's like I feel like the
putting out content.
I mean, you over there on the social media front doing a lot of work over there. You think I see you play boy? I see you. I see you.
It's not for me. Not for me.
But I do. Like I know that we don't have like a lot of topics, but I feel like somehow, some way, we're gonna get a lot of mileage out of these topics. Mm-hmm. And even though like we try to be like, oh, let's make it like just an hour. This really gonna be $1.45 somewhere.
Always.
It's just how it works.
But we got them timestamps for you. That way, if there's something you don't want to watch, you can get right to what you want to watch and get those quick turnarounds.
Apparently, that's what's been killing it. But these quick turnarounds, like my man G Head over at Custom Merch at IG and Etsy, make sure you go hit them up and put that promo code Heavyweight Bros in. Spelled HW, the number 8 BROS to save you 10% off your order. The more you spend, the more you save.
The more you save.
Thank you.
My bad. That was me. And I was
also
coming in for the boy.
Also got to give a shout out to our boy Young King. The man does our intro. You can check him out over on SoundCloud, IG, Twitter, and YouTube under the same handle. And you really toss that man crazy. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be a guest coming up sometime soon.
Maybe a guest coming up sometime soon, man. We got to set it up, get him on the show, put a face to the name.
Maybe he can do a live action rendition of the intro.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know, man. Put the voice to the bars, you know, so everybody know who they are, man. You might mess around and get out here and be like, oh, that's him. Oh, yeah, I'm a support. Because, you know, people be acting funny, then they know somebody is, and they want to be the number one fan, right?
Is he single?
No, I don't think so.
I was gonna say maybe we get him on here, get chose, or maybe like you can host the Overweight Lovers.
I mean, he can come on the episode where I'm there. You know what I mean?
Is it Heavyweight Lovers or Overweight Lovers? I don't even know. Like as soon as I said, I was like,
we went with Heavyweight Lovers
because Overweight Lovers is
Heavy D. Shout out to the guy. R.I.P.
1, 2. Tell me what you got.
Roses are red and violets are blue. All right. Well, we want to get right into it.
Of course, man.
Right out the gate. No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
This man, Pusha T, is proving that he is the best battle industry rapper of all time. Because this man said, not only am I coming at Drake, and when he makes it easier with braids on the top of his head, but this man got up with Arby's and decided to drop the ultimate fish fillet dish track on McDonald's. You say you're not fooling us with that square and a half piece of cheese? Like, yo, he was not playing. This wasn't just for Arby's in the check, bro. He sounded like he was really
like, why is he so sad? I was like, what did fish fillets do to Pusha T?
I don't know.
I'm used to the bricks and the pies.
You're right. It's like, you want us to trust you? It's like, you want us to trust your fish, man? The joint is a square with half a piece of cheese on it.
But tell him why it goes like a level deeper, though.
The reason it goes deeper is because that man got 2 checks, because a lot of people don't know the re-edited version of the McDonald's
The ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
was also done by Pusha T.
Yeah. Then they had Justin Timberlake voice it over.
And was also done by Pusha T.
Don't be, hey, we're not disrespecting JT on here. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
All right, JT, come on the show. You will be our guest, so we can talk about
The
it.
2020 experience was a life-changing album for me. Relax.
Okay, all I'm saying is you still owe one for putting Janet out there on Front Street like it wasn't planned. I knew he knew what was going on.
He did.
Of course he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
You could try to put it all on Janet, bro. You was a sucker for that. All right,
But
Pusha T.
Thank you, Janet.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the first, like, I need to get on the internet today. Trying to figure this out.
Like, Pusha didn't even look surprised. He was like, you go steal it with your friends and like you get caught and they pull stuff out of his pocket. He was like, you had that on you the whole time?
JT surprised. I was like, why would Pusha be surprised?
No, I'm talking about JT. Like, come on, man, cut it out. But yes, Pusha T, yo, I don't like, listen, he got McDonald's for their money, and then he went to Arby's and got them for their money.
I really wish I would have printed out the lyrics because it was like, I was like, he really took this seriously.
Yes,
Like,
that was part of the bars. He was like, you got this square piece of fish. You
No,
want us to
I
trust
know
you?
that was part of the bars.
The man was like, you got a half a piece of cheese, which y'all on a budget? Mind you, was some random clown that popped up in the video, like, right when it's like half a piece of cheese. Yo, they went all out, man. I feel like
Can we have an all-out fast food war? Like, I'm ready for it.
I feel like Pusha's gonna get another check from somebody else coming at Arby's. And
Who,
he's
like,
just gonna keep it going. The new trend is gonna get Pusha T to diss the local people.
Whatchamacallit? Like, what other rappers could like represent like fast food places
Oh
that like
my
could
goodness.
actually put out fire bars?
Don't open up that wormhole.
Can we get Kendrick Lamar for Wendy's or something like that? Like, and then I wake up. Who want a breakfast wrap? No, so like, Baconator. I don't know. I got nothing. I gotta get thrown to the back of the chest though. I gotta be all that. That was bad reckless because like I didn't do that to your Italian one. Like,
no.
and Paulie the Don is still right there. Like,
You can't do K dot like that, man. You can't do
is what you
K-Dot
call
like
it? Does Hove get on one?
What would Hove do? Like, what restaurant?
You thought you was the king of burgers, but I'm the king of murder. And it's like, come out there. Like,
Wow. Wow.
E40 does like In and Out.
Yo,
Or
this
no,
is
what's
getting
his-
out of control.
no, he owns one. He doesn't own In and Out. He owns
Who, E40?
Yeah. Is it Whataburger? Whataburger thing.
You got me thinking now. You know, I love to show love. So
I'm gonna get a Whataburger.
I'm not gonna throw that one away.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was
Come on, don't play with that one. Don't
it was the good at the
It's like you
end.
want some burgers and some fries. How about you put some of this under your eyes? It's like,
Yo, you want to keep going?
not really, but like it kind of brings back like a painful memory because like during like my senior year is like when E40 kind of like came back out, and that was like the tell me when to go, and they were like, you kind of look like E40, and I was like, God damn it, I was like, that's not what I was going.
How?
I think it was the glasses and I was fat. And that's all it really came down
Yeah,
to.
man, they
know what I mean?
whack for that. They whack for that. They could
Trying to get to you and that monkey.
They
Like
could
that.
they could try harder than that.
And then like I was really into like the snap music. So like when the snap your fingers, and he was like, and then like he had a verse on that.
I can see
So it was like everybody's like,
I can see it.
we like to go top, and now I'm in the eye.
You didn't do the impression during high school, did you?
Of course. Come on now. You know when someone pointed out, I have to turn around.
You
I had to
didn't
turn
help.
around.
You didn't help. All right, let's get off of this.
With a Portica Shack.
Pusha T, let me know who's next, man. I'm only gonna eat at the places that you have diss tracks locally flowing for.
So you're eating Arby's?
Yeah.
Do people eat Arby's? I thought it was like a foregone conclusion that no one knows.
It's like one Arby's restaurant in all of Mass right now.
And no one, I've never seen a busy drive-through line. That's what I'm saying.
You can always get a meal.
It's like, we have the meats. But like no one's ever in there.
Yeah.
Because someone, I remember I see like I think it was a Vine, like that's how long back it was like, who is keeping Arby's in business? Like, who are these sickos?
Pusha T, they eventually got money. They get money somewhere because they got a chance to pay him.
One of my friends' moms.
What does a battle rap fast food bar cost though?
I mean, it's got to be.
You think you charging regular feature prices?
A quarter pound? Sorry.
No, I'm not mad at
Get
it.
these things 2 for $6.
Stop.
But Arby's is named Arby's for roast beef because that's like their main thing is the roast beef sandwich. Is that real?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've never been a fiend for roast beef like that. What's it called? You know what I mean?
Listen, at one point, I didn't even know what Arby's was. I thought, because I kept getting confused with Abdal's, with the big fat dude holding the burger. I was just
Wow, that was
I was like, oh, they just got rid of the big boy, just called it Arby's. It was not the same.
I'm not gonna lie. At very first, I thought you said McDowell's, and I was like, oh, you thought McDowell's was real?
Oh, listen, I got the shirt upstairs. I will definitely wear it next episode. Don't test me.
What I'm saying is, did you think McDowell's was real?
No.
I kind of did want a Big Mick though. Like they did make it look pretty banging in the movies.
It's the same thing, man. Maybe Drake could represent McDowell's because he got, they don't have this sesame seed bun, so they took the top off. Drake needs to take the top off too. See how I run that all in like that? Boom. All right, we gotta move on over to Insomnia.
They can't all be hits, folks. Even Steph Curry missed sometimes.
Thank you. Let me know how consistent I am.
What are we doing right now? Sorry.
Wake me up inside.
Oh, no,
Wake me up inside.
You're not gonna do it?
No.
Come on, I was gonna say, give me some energy.
Wake me up. Wake me up inside.
I did it backwards to see if you were gonna do it. You still didn't do it?
No.
Wake me up inside.
There you go. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Save me from the nothingness inside.
The waking up was what got me. The waking up was.
Let me tell you, man, my back hurts from having to carry all these tunes. But
Oh my goodness! Cut it out.
Yeah, I'm doing all the impressions. I'm doing all the songs. Like
you really? I wasn't consistent with saying.
Ask me what I bring to the table. I am the table.
Okay, yay. Okay, now you want to be on Ye's side.
I really wanted
now
to squeeze that water bottle, but I was like, I don't want to stop the podcast. But it was begging.
I wouldn't have stopped. We the one take boys. I would have kept going.
Kept
it moving. All right. So first things first. Snowfall.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Why do I always do this? I promise you, I'm not doing it on purpose. All right.
I'm all caught up. I'm finally caught up. So we want to get in and we want to talk about it. I think it's finally starting to pick up.
Yes, it is.
And I think it's because Snowfall is kind of getting back to what made Snowfall.
Mm-hmm.
And
people being reckless.
It's people being reckless and then them just being put in really, really crazy situations. Yep. Like right now, like everybody, spoiler alert, like my man's is in a cage. Mm-hmm. Like they had to hide out underneath the house.
Yep.
Like stuff like that. Because it's like this.
And
like
that boy Teddy got popped.
Yeah,
long time coming.
Oh, he's definitely coming back crazy, right?
Oh yeah.
Like he definitely is pretty sure.
He got them drugs in him.
Shorty finger popping herself after she healed his wound.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I didn't get that either. I was like, oh, random excitement. I was just like, what's going on right now?
I was like, that'd be the type of shorty she'd have me injuring myself on purpose just to be like, what's going on?
I'm concerned about the cop.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, he's shaky.
He reminds me of Bubbles from The Wire. So I was like, yo, you already look like you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you trying to tell me there's a coked out cop playing both sides and you're not worried about him?
Right.
Hell yeah, I'm worried about this one. What are you talking about?
Right. I want to see what happens with Teddy because he's back. He may be back on the drugs.
Might be.
That's gonna be critical. You know what I mean? And like beef is gonna start kicking up, man. Beef is gonna start kicking up.
What about Mama Saint though?
Oh yeah, that's big.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's big.
And I was wondering, I was like, is she what's been missing from the show?
I feel like she's gonna go out just like the Pops did. You're making the same mistakes.
And I kind of want to point this out because I got a big rule in TV is if you did not see a character die, then they ain't dead.
True.
We have not seen like we've seen a gun in the room with him.
True.
We've seen him standing over him. We never heard a gunshot.
True.
We have not seen Alton. We have no idea where he's at.
True. So would you think the same thing from old boy from season 1?
Which one?
The one Franklin was shooting at in the park.
Shooting at in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, his homeboy?
Yeah.
But he did get by. We watched him die.
Did he?
No, he did survive, and then they popped him later.
Did they?
He definitely died.
Oh, man,
they went to his funeral and everything.
I gotta go back and rewatch it now.
Yeah, they went to. The thing is, like, you don't have to. Like, I feel like season 1 is solid, but like, I feel like you don't have to rewatch it. It's not like The
I
Wire.
might have to because those are them John Singleton joints, man. Like
That was the one. And this is kind of going to tie into the next one, but old boy that took the dude's cheeks, like the first real crazy scene in Snowfall. He ended up he was in Winning Time as the pimp.
Oh shoot, that's right.
Yeah, because that's what I thought you were talking about.
No,
because I was looking at this brother, I was like, this is the craziest face on a person, and I've seen this face before, and I couldn't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why do I see it? Feel like I've seen him do something. Oh yeah, this is the man who was taking loans to try to get some money. This is crazy.
He took more than money. That brother was tripping.
I think he's in there doing it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
He's like, what's he doing to him?
He's like, it's time to bounce.
Yeah,
it's time to bounce.
You think?
It's time to bounce.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm glad that it's finally picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's because they finally feel like they're in danger.
And
because everything was going a little too
There's
sweet.
not a lot of episodes left.
Is it really?
It's like episode 5 already.
Yeah, that was 6. Just 5.
Yeah, half the season gone already.
We never looked up if it was a final season. I'm gonna have to get into that.
I feel like it's gonna have to be. I know one thing has happened in new news because this is supposed to be like the story of Ricky Ross, and like he was kind of tight because nobody really reached out to him. It's like you're really telling a story that's very relatable to my life, and ain't nobody hollered at me. And I guess supposedly,
to be fair, you are terrifying. So like, why would I? Why would I?
Yeah, and I heard that recently. I don't know if it's the writing crew or like the producers or whatever, but whoever is connected with Snowfall finally reached out to Ricky Ross. I don't know what that will lead to.
I hope maybe it's not because he's writing the show.
I was about to say, like, you lose somebody iconic like John Singleton, and if writers start getting writer's block and don't know where to go with this next season, if you're trying to produce another one, who else to bring in than the person who actually lived the life? So, yeah.
Also, more Oso is always welcome.
Oh, yeah. I like Oso.
Even though Oso should have been died in this show. Like, I don't know. Like, he's like, this man is immortal. Like, what's going on?
Man,
I miss what you call it, Puerto Rican shorty from the first season though.
The one that he was in love with.
Yeah. I was like, yo, she was actually a good actress.
Yes, definitely.
I can't remember what
she was losing space in the show though.
Was it Biker Boys that she used to be in? What was I remember she was in that Antonio Banderas like dancing movie. Take the Lead, maybe I think it's called. But she was definitely in a pivotal 90s teenager movie. And I was always like, I mean, she kind of got it.
Is that the name of the movie?
No.
It sounds like a teen movie.
That was definitely a 90s movie title. Like, she's kind of got it.
Right.
She ain't half bad.
Right. So,
Shorty doing all right. But Snowball has definitely picked up. And, like, I watched, like I said, it was taking me forever to get through some of these episodes. And then, like, I got through, like, halfway through season 3. Or, I'm sorry, episode 3. And then I was like, all right. And I just made them all, like, right in a row. And I was like, okay, like, I feel better about it.
Good for you. Way to get it done.
One show though, and it's like we talked about it briefly, that like I can't get enough of is Winning Time.
I'm loving it.
I absolutely like. I'm like, this is the one. It's taking Euphoria's time slot.
It is.
And what you call it? It's like, what is it? Sunday nights at 9 or something like that. Whenever it drops, but it's like now I'm like, I kind of need to be there Sundays at 9 because I want to know what's going on in Winning Time.
I'm enjoying it. I like the way they're not making it too cringeworthy. But it also makes it suspenseful because you kind of know the story of what's going to happen and like how the Lakers become the Lakers. But like just waiting for each piece to get there, like, is this whole season gonna be about Magic? And then like, when does Worthy get there? Like what's gonna happen? Like, when did they win the first ship? Like how many seasons is it gonna take for this to actually become the Lake show?
I don't think Worthy's in the first season though.
No, he's not.
Okay,
he's not. But what I'm saying is like how far do they stretch that out? Like, do we get like a whole
season
of
like
Magic?
They can go as far as they want to with it, like really.
I know, and that's what has me excited about the show because there's so many different directions they can go in.
They're gonna get to the Kobe years.
And the whole talk. Nah, they can't go that far.
They
like,
can,
I mean, you never know. You never know. Never know.
That would be wild. One because of Kobe's passing.
10 seasons.
One is because of Kobe's passing and like how sentimental everybody is about his legacy. Because like if you do the Kobe seasons, we got to go to the Colorado.
Yeah.
And it's like
I think what's going to make it tough is like a lot of the characters that you're forming relationships with on the show now are going to have to die off the show.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, who picks up after that? Is it the same show? So I know they have a lot of room for growth on the show, and I like where it's going. And it's entertaining.
It is.
It is.
Magic Johnson wilding though.
He been wilding.
As anybody would be.
He been wilding.
That pickup basketball game with the boyfriend was a little crazy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was waiting for you to get to that.
It was a little crazy.
Yeah, you talking. Mind you, I'm talking crazy to you about how I was with your girlfriend that you are now with while I'm dunking the ball on you. Right.
I would have definitely pulled a Marcus Johnson in White Man Can't Jump. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go to my car and I'm gonna get my gun.
Yeah.
And everybody that's still here, I'm shooting everybody.
The whole time, even though I know Magic ends up making it to the NBA and becoming great, I'm still thinking like he about to blow his knee out here on the score. But like, no, that's not gonna happen. We know Magic made it to the league, but it's just like I kept feeling like this man was about to do something dirty to him.
Adrian Brody is Pat Riley.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
They're playing Pat Riley crazy though. Like he looks like.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff that was happening that we didn't know.
Because like I thought like when we know Pat Riley, it's like the smooth hair, slick back, like type of dude like that. But he is rough right about now.
Oh yeah. And he ain't in his happy place.
No, he is not
in his happy place at all.
No, he's on his Jerry West.
Right. Which we also was a shocker. Like, why is Jerry West acting like this? This is the Jerry West that people knew. You know what I mean? I didn't even know Jeannie Buss was around the Lakers for so long.
Yeah, I was aware of that.
I didn't know.
I don't know. I think they're giving like her a little bit more credit, like about like the early on stuff that she did.
Right.
But I definitely knew that she was around like that long ago. But like even Magic Johnson was looking at her, I was like, oh, don't tell me we're gonna play this angle because people used to make that joke all the time.
Yeah. Mind you, when he was like, your mom let you stay here? She's like, no, he's my dad. He's like, it's LA. It's LA. It's LA. You know how y'all be acting out here. All right. So I got a couple shows on here that I know that you're not watching.
Okay.
But I'm super hyped about. One, we're already at the season finale. Season finale.
Okay.
Snowpiercer.
Okay.
It's getting super exciting.
I went to someone's house and they were watching Snowpiercer in the background and something really crazy was going on. And I was like, do I need to watch the show? And I was like, nah. I'm just not going to keep watching the TV right now. Because I was like, Raisin did say he was falling off on it. Apparently now you're changing your mind. Oh, yeah. I was literally talking to my brother yesterday about Top Boy. And I was like, I think I'm going to get into Top Boy.
Whoa. We'll get there, man. This man's tripping. That's what you get. All right. But yeah, Snowpiercer is coming up on I believe it's the last 2 episodes. So episode 8 just came out Monday, which is yesterday. So they usually end around 10. Okay. They may push 12, but the way it's picking up, I feel like 9 and 10 are really going to be. And it was kind of ironic that you said if you don't see somebody die, then don't expect that they're dead because they did bring back a character from a season ago that everybody thought was dead.
Is it ironic or is it coincidental? People get that confused all the time.
You're right. Coincidental. Yeah, there you go. But and she came back into the show wildin', which made for another character to be concerned about. So like it really picked up the energy on the show, and it's almost like a trifecta of how many people are going to battle over this train, which is 1,029 cars.
Damn.
Yeah, it was more than that. They've been losing some cherries.
I mean, if you have a show about a train that never stops, like I'm at like in your 3 seasons in?
Yes.
I'm going to assume that you're going to lose some trains. Like that's the only way to build tension is like, some of these cars got to go.
But yeah, they kept it interesting, man. It was to the point to where there was like a whole nother train that was going at that train. And it was able to like
I gotta tell you,
switch the tracks.
You're not doing a good job of telling me to watch this show. Like
I don't need you to. But I'm gonna mess around and play you a piece of the finale and be like, how did they get here?
Don't do that. Are you that guy? Yes. Where it's like when it's like, hey, like you should watch the show. Let me show you the finale so that we can watch it. Like, why would I want to watch the show?
Because it's the most interesting part.
You know the show the Netflix show. Mm-mm. It's one of the most popular Netflix show about the serial killer guy.
It's not that popular. I haven't heard of it.
There's no way. Like you've definitely seen something of it.
I haven't heard of it.
But like I literally sat down at somebody's house and they were watching the finale of that show. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that was pretty crazy. And they're like, yeah, you should watch it. I was like, why? I know what it all leads up to now.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like it blew up after that point.
It's not like Euphoria where you could watch the finale and be like, I might be able to start this show.
What?
Uh-huh.
I don't think that was a good analogy. I think you were reaching to take a low blow. At at Euphoria.
No, I didn't reach. I took the low blow.
And I think I think you got called for it.
It was terrible.
I think you're getting called for it. You're losing points.
No.
Yeah.
Euphoria is losing points for losing my attention.
No.
I may not even watch next season. That's a lie.
I was going to say, that's a whole damn lie.
But you did bring it up. I'm going to get right to it. I know I said I was so excited about Top Boy. I wanted to pace myself through it. Yeah, it did not happen. I rinsed off the rest of those episodes.
My brother did the same thing. He said 2 sittings.
Two sittings. The next time I sat down, I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes. Be a little blue through the rest of the season.
How many?
And then I text your brother and was like, Top Boy. He was like, it's such a great show. I was like, heart.
How long are the episodes?
An hour.
Oh man, like because it's only 8 episodes.
It's 56 minutes. You can make it.
No, but it's tough. I feel like Winning Time does I don't feel the hour at all.
No.
Like it feels like a half hour.
You're not gonna feel the hour in Top Boy.
Because I feel like Snowfall, I was feeling hours.
My father-in-law came over while we were watching one of the episodes just to check on wifey. You know, they were having a conversation, and we all ended up watching 2 episodes together. Yes. And then he was just like, oh, did that just happen? And now I explained to him real quick how they got there. He was like, I'm going to have to watch this show from the beginning. He was like, what's the name of it? I was like, Top Boy. He typed it in his phone. I was like, yes.
That's how you know you immediately got it.
Oh, yeah.
When someone's like, I'm literally going to search this up right now.
Oh, yes.
He was like, someone be like, oh, what's that? Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah. He was like, oh, this is on Netflix? I was like, yes. He was like, done. It's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Even, like I said, me and wifey was watching it, and it was so easy to explain season 1 and all of the interactions that were happening in the season we were watching without having to stop or pause, because I hate having to stop and pause and be like, this happened because of this, because of that, just so they can understand the one scene.
That was like trying to explain Game of Thrones to people.
Oh yes, so because it's so layered. And I'm not saying that Top Boy's not layered, but it was real easy because of the way.
It's a lot more straightforward.
Yes, and the way this season was rolled out, it was real easy to say this happened, that happened, and that happened, for her to just really already be caught up. And my sons watch it. It was just it was really exciting. And the way it ended to go into the next season, mind blowing. Mind blowing. Shout out at Fort Nick, man. Holla at your boy, man. Holla at your boy, man.
Is that the handle that he told you to use?
No, that's just the one I have for the tag for the show. So that's the one I use. I don't know what he got going on.
So, what do you think about the lineage of drug TV shows? How high is Top Boy? So I'm gonna throw some out.
It's not better than The Wire.
I was gonna say The Wire.
No, that's awesome.
Breaking Bad.
Neck and neck. Only because for me, you know what it is for me. It's people that look like us.
Okay.
It's people that look like us.
Is it better than Breaking Bad?
Not yet.
Snowfall.
If I'm going by the season right now, with the Snowfall season I'm watching and the Top Boy season I'm watching, I'm picking Top Boy.
You got to go by the entirety of it, first season 1 through 5.
I might go Top Boy. I might go Top Boy.
Power. Wait, hold on. You making that face? Do you think Power is better than Snowfall? Do you think Power is better than Snowfall?
No, it's better acting than Snowfall.
Wait, Power?
Is better acting in Snowfall.
You think Power has better acting than Snowfall?
I just said there's better acting in Snowfall.
Oh, I thought you said better than.
Wake up. You try to find something to come at me for. You take some more points off.
No, I'm not. I was just going to argue because I was like, I think it's not even close. But I got distracted by the text. It's my fault.
No, it's okay. Because it's the one episode y'all can get on Joel and be like, yo, you've been on your phone too much. Because I know the one episode 30 years ago when I had to check something on my phone, it was like, Raisin seems distracted. So does Joel. But it's okay because I don't mind her.
But I didn't let it fumble. I didn't miss
carrying the show
I didn't skip a beat.
While he checks in on his notifications. All right. I hope she knows that we're potting right now. Okay?
What makes you? Why does it got to be a she?
Because what else would distract you that much? It's always a woman. Every movie, every TV show, every fall of a crime boss, it's always the woman. I'm just kidding, ladies. But am I?
Anyway. Is it better than Power?
Yes. Yes.
So Top Boy's better than Power.
I'm taking Top Boy.
The whole Power universe.
You can't take the whole Power universe, man. It's just like I'm gonna have this one superhero against all of the Avengers. It's like,
is Batman better than the MCU? Is kind of what you do, yeah. Because Batman's really carrying over there.
He has no choice. The rest of it is terrible. But no, I really enjoy it. If there was a show that you would pick up, I would say make it Top Boy because it is worth it. It's just you got to be ready for the process. You have to watch Summer House first. That's the movie that rolls into the TV show. And it's only 2 seasons of Top Boy right now, so it gives you time to catch up, and it's definitely worth it.
Okay.
All right.
Any other shows? Or do you have any other final thoughts about Top Boy?
The finale was crazy. The finale was crazy because when for me, for me, and there's no spoilers. Like, you know how most finales like, all right, we're wrapping it up. This is what we're going into. Shocker, shocker. Here we go. So we had gotten past all of that, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for season 3. And then there's a ring at the doorbell, and I'm like, what is going? Who is at the door? Who is at the? No! Oh! And that's how the show ended. I was just like, my goodness.
The thing is, it's funny because, like when I told Nick that we just finished talking about it, like he was just kind of like, I don't know how they do season 3.
I don't either. I know exactly how they do it. I'm gonna tell you how they do it for Nick. Sully and Duchesne is not gonna they're gonna be getting at each other again, bro, and it's gonna be on another level. It's going to be on another level. Whatever that means. Ask for Nick, he'll know. For Nick, throw something in the comments and let him know. Are you picking Sully's side? Or you picking Duchesne's side? I'm going with Sully.
Okay.
Sully is listen, man.
This is like when people were doing the Team Edward and Team Jacob. I was like, I'm not watching these movies.
I'm going Team Sully, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Like, one of these brothers is Puerto Rican. I was like, that's against the side I'm going for.
Oh no, they both black.
I'm talking about Twilight.
Oh, Twilight. Okay, got you. My bad. I never watched it.
Oh, I forgot. You have what's it called? Like you've been married quite some time.
Yeah.
I was like, I've had to watch the first Twilight movie a number of times.
Yeah,
like,
wifey wasn't even into Twilight. we was out here watching Higher Learning together. I mean, for the 4th time. All right.
All right. To the theaters watching Higher Learning?
No, we was at the crib on the TV, not on the phone. We're not playing. What is hot? All right, don't get me started. All right.
So you are really like the shoulders are really moving right now. Like, is this round up raising right now? No, we ain't there yet.
No, we're not there yet. So I know we don't have no popcorn poppy today.
Don't stop, pop that. No, not really. Unless you want to talk about the trailer that came out.
Which for
Puss in Boots, but dude.
No. There was another trailer that came out too. I can't remember what it was. But it's all right. We're not gonna digress. We don't have anything for popcorn poppy today. So unless you want to talk about Puss in Boots, I ain't gonna step on your toes like that.
Not really.
Especially not with no boots.
Did you see the trailer?
No.
So then, there's no point. Keep it moving.
Okay.
We'll get there when the movie gets closer. We'll talk about it. I'm sure I'm gonna watch it. So.
All right. So let's skip right over to our Hardwood check-in. See, look, I helped you that time.
I guess you went. Like
I was full Dougie Fresh right there.
Like, there's babies that like when I go, they go.
Like, I'm over this, man. All right, first things first, man.
I pop up freaks on the
I always do that. My culture is so embedded in my voice. Why did Bron do Kevin Love like that? Why people try to hit me up? At B Mizzy, I'm gonna keep bringing you up because you're the ultimate LeBron hater. All right, I disagree with LeBron, but you have a feud with LeBron, and we understand that
for no reason. I know
everybody's got their reasons.
No, he's a Celtics fan.
He's a Celtics fan. That starts it. Yes.
Yeah.
But that man hit me up, was like, you know, that was a charge. I was like,
oh,
he was out.
No, that's not where we're going.
He was out the restricted area. I was like, fam, that man not only fell before LeBron got there trying to flop, he leaned over to the side like, I'm about to get dunked on something crazy. Let me try to get out of here. It's too late. Bop.
The LeBron hate is incredible. It's impeccable. Like that's where you went with it.
Be Mizzy, you better talk to this man.
Just keep it in the chest. Like, stop embarrassing yourself, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That was a charge. Like, that's really what we're doing.
Listen, I don't even care if it was a charge and the points didn't count. That joint was crazy.
It looked like when I first saw it. It looked
I
like
thought it was fake.
It was an edit.
I thought it was fake.
That's what it looked like.
I thought it was fake because he jumped and then he he jumped and he was here and then his body was like, no, we're gonna go higher. And I was like, well, how did he go straight up? Like, higher? Right. It was like he was going at the rim and he was like, I'm gonna stop here and go a little higher and then I'm gonna dunk on you. It didn't look real. It almost looked like you seen that college video where the dude dunks on the kid, but he steps on his chest when he's dunking.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it makes him elevate higher. It's kind of like LeBron did that without touching anybody.
I mean, that's the thing is like when most dunks happen is like you get the up and then they come down. Right. It's like he just was still going up.
Right. How old boy saying in the video? I'm 36. I'm 36. What is he? 38 now?
37.
37. Yeah. 37, bro. And this man is still out here. Like I've seen the comparison of the videos of him doing dunks like 10 years ago and him doing them now, and like it's Like it's crazy. I know they said this man like goes full tilt with taking care of his body and the regimen of how he stays in shape, but it looks crazy. And you guys out here talking about best athlete at the age of whatever they're doing it at is Tom Brady. Like if LeBron keeps this up, he could play into his 40s because he doesn't look like he's aging other than that little spot in the back of his head. But he'll be all right.
So LeBron obviously like is averaging the most points ever for someone in their.
And he was looking in the rim. He was looking in the rim. Come on, fam.
Yeah. So there's only a certain amount of players that have played at least 19 seasons. The second.
So you have Dirk.
Yep.
Vince.
Yep. Kobe.
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar. Those are the most important people.
Yeah, and you got to think like Kobe came in when he was 16, like, so it was easy for him to play that many years. Vince, I think he was like 19, 20
when he came in.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and well,
Dirk he played what, 2 years of college?
Yeah, and Dirk was a little on the older side, so
no, he was like 18 when he came in.
Was he really?
Yeah, because he came straight from overseas.
Okay,
do that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense because LeBron came in at 18 too. So,
but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the second highest point per game total for any player that's played in their 19th season. He averaged 14.9 points per game. LeBron James in his 19th season is averaging 32.5 points per game. He literally doubled him and then like went over. Like that's how like I don't think like people realize like how insane this truly is.
How long does it take for him to take the number one spot?
Well, I told you it was like 58 games or something.
Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, but when he passed Karl Malone, it's like if he keeps averaging at least 25 points per game, it'll take him 58 games. So next season he should pass it.
Yeah, not even midway through the season.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he still has games this season.
Man, how much are those tickets going to be? I know a lot of people were saying that they thought LeBron was going to rest and then like break the record in Cleveland because like how crazy would it have been if that dunk was the one that broke the record?
Oof. Kevin Love would never be able to play basketball again.
I mean, he's been trying not to play basketball anyways.
Be like Jalen Ramsey. He was like, man, Tom retired and he threw his last touchdown on me. I know that man when that man came out of retirement, Jalen was like, yes. Please, he's gonna be celebrating the first touchdown ever. Like, yes, it's not me.
Got that Obama bailout.
It's not me. It's not me. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And shout out to the homie Bron and the Bron fans. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. All right. 2 guys out. One a shocker, one not a shocker. All right. So the first one's Zyon. He's out for the rest of the season.
I'm assuming that's not the shocker.
Not the shocker.
Because like I feel like Baby Lillard's not a shocker either.
Why is it not a shocker?
He's barely played. He's played like 30% of the games or something like that. And then it's like his team's butt cheeks.
Yeah, but what caused the being out for the season? Like, was there a recent injury? I didn't hear anything happening.
I think it was like some lingering like knee issues.
But nothing happened recently in the game.
No, nothing like that. But then it was just like, yeah, like we're tanking. Like, shut it down. Like, what are we doing? Right. Even though they still got a dub.
Can nobody stay healthy when they go to Portland?
I mean, David Lillard was pretty healthy there for most of the time. Like, you know what I mean?
So was Brandon Roy.
I mean, yeah, if you want to go there. LaMarcus Aldridge.
No, he got up out of there, though.
Like, but his whole time there, he was healthy.
Greg Oden.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nah.
What do you mean no? How was that a no? Hakeem Olajuwon was perfectly fine his entire time there until he got fat and went to Toronto.
I'm going to leave that one alone. Okay, all
Charles
right.
Barkley? Scottie Pippen? They didn't get hurt. They just played there.
Charles Barkley was a Blazer?
No, you're right. I'm thinking of the Rockets. That's my fault. Because I remember when Hakeem...
That's why when you said Hakeem, I was like...
I am big tripping. Take all that back. I apologize wholeheartedly.
It's okay. Point deducted.
Damn!
Tally because you added Chuck. This man said Pippen. I was like, yeah, you got one there. you got one there. All right.
Chief Wallace was fine.
So yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, like you said, Portland, they already traded away CJ. I don't think there's any hope. Last time I watched a Portland game, there's a little tumbleweed blowing across the court. So it's like, why not? Why not shut it down and get healthy? But I just don't know what's in tail for both teams, because I know Pelicans made some moves, but I don't know like how you build around those moves. And I still feel wholeheartedly like Zion's not going to say, yes, it would be nice for him to take off the fat suit and end up at the Knicks. Like, that would be dope. But regardless of where he goes, he's not going to stay with the Pelicans. He's not resigning. He's got what, one more year on his contract?
Yes.
So
His rookie deal. Next season will be his last season on his rookie deal.
Yeah, that brother's about to be out of there.
I just find it coincidental that those are the two teams that are kind of battling for like the last spot for the play-in tournament in the West, and it's like they're shutting down their star players
because I didn't even think about that.
Because it's like, why bother going in there? So like, I can't remember. I want to say it's the Sacramento Kings who's underneath them. I know Sabonis also just got hurt, and he's out for quite some time. And I know that they were trying to make a push to get in there. So it's like, I wonder if they're trying to kind of just clearing the way for Sacramento to get in there, so that way they can just get better draft picks, because like I said, they're tanking as it is,
which is so hard in the NBA, because you could tank and still not get a lottery pick and be mad at the season you just blew away.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, tonight it's actually happening right now. I'm recording it. I'm going to go and watch it.
You're going to watch it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
No spoilers. I'm not even gonna look at my phone for scores and none of that. But
did you bet on this game?
No.
You slowed down on the betting, man. You was on it for a bit.
Yeah, I'm all set. And if it has anything to do with Julius Pumpkin Randle, I'm all set. Count me
out. Just bet the under.
Count me out. Count me out. He'll mess around, go off for 40, and we still lose. And I'll be like, oh, I lose twice. But yeah, that man.
See, I hit a touchy spot.
That man, Ice Tray, returns to the Garden tonight after he took the infamous bow, after he killed us in the playoffs and looked like a reinvented version of Reggie Miller as he taunted Spike Lee and the rest of the Knicks fans as he continued to go off with his lollipop dropped on the floor hairstyle he's got going on there. I'm not excited about it, but I'm hoping we could punch him in the mouth tonight and keep it moving. We're only a few games out of the play-in tournament. I don't know how I feel about that either.
Atlanta's one of those teams where like they should be better than what they are, but they've been losing a lot of winnable games.
They were like number 5, number 6 last year.
Yeah.
And now you're not. I mean, the Knicks were 4 last year. So, but the East doesn't look like it East looked last year. It looks like an actual division now, an actual conference, and now people gotta play ball. And those guys who were just getting by are just like, see. So I don't know. It's kind of like just watching the two little brothers fighting over the last piece of pizza while the big brother's already eating it. Like,
they're still a pretty scary team though. Like they're a team like I wouldn't want to play like in the first round.
Who? The Hawks?
The Hawks, because it's like I feel like Trae Young could have one of those stupid nights. Like he could do that like 2 out of 7 games, and then it's like all the rest of the team has to play well for the rest of the time.
I feel like with the teams he would have to play, it's not gonna happen this year.
Okay.
He'll go out there and drop 30, 40, and take out.
If Kyrie Irving plays defense the way that he played defense on James Harden when they played them last week, and he plays on Trae Young, then it's like, yeah, I agree. Trae Young is a lockdown. But I have never seen Kyrie play defense like that for a whole 7-game series.
Trae's not beating the Nets by himself.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Straight like that. That's it for basketball. But I did have something I wanted to bring up.
Is this basketball wise? Because I kind of have something basketball wise too.
Oh, go ahead. This is not basketball wise. It's sports, but it's not basketball.
So like, it's like as we were talking, like we're talking about like how great LeBron has been, people being hurt, like just how insane it is in his 19 years, like the stuff that he's done.
Right.
And I think like what's even crazier is like you think about the players whose careers have come and gone in that span. And it's like, like your Dwayne Wade's, like, they get drafted at the same time, stuff like that. Melo's still playing. LaMarcus Aldridge is kind of in and out. Blake Griffin is in, like, these guys that were like these big players, like in the first certain amount of time, and they're not there anymore. And it's just like, I feel like I'm always talking about, or I feel like the 90s people always feel like I'm shitting on them. Like that. I just don't think that the players are as good as they are now, type of deal. And I think case in point is I don't think anybody realizes how insane Giannis Antetokounmpo has been this season.
Oh yeah, he's getting overlooked a lot.
I'm pretty sure he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year again, back to back, and he's probably going to finish top 3 in MVP voting.
Who's the last person to do that?
What?
Back to back Defensive Player of the Year.
Rudy Gobert.
Good job.
But he might go
quick.
Yes. A lot of people are saying the second, like everybody is kind of like on the Jokic train now, where it's like Jokic probably should win MVP. Joel Embiid is kind of getting like the second
he's injured
banana award to it.
Yeah.
You look at Joel Embiid's numbers and you look at Giannis's numbers. Giannis has better numbers than Joel Embiid, and he's his team is in a better position. And it's like Giannis, like you putting up these numbers, you might win Defensive Player of the Year. How are you not the most valuable player? You know what I mean?
Doesn't trust the process.
But it's like, like I understand like the whole Jokic thing because it's like I'm also like I feel like Jokic is MVP. It's like he's like I think one of the guys in the starting lineup. One of the guys in the starting lineup was literally on a G League roster and stuff like that. And it's like
it's just more, I feel like more people were talking about John Moran at one point than they were about Giannis.
But it's because Josh Moran, like as far as like saying like how things are going, John Moran is the most exciting player this season, like without a doubt. So it's like once you become the most exciting player, because DeMar DeRozan had it for a minute. Yes. And then John Morant woke up, and then
him and Zach just went off recently against Toronto.
Yes, they did.
They look like they reinvented.
So
we'll see what happens.
This is kind of like my question, and I was thinking about, and like I was thinking about this before, and then like we started talking about it. Are we 100% sure when everything is all said and done? And I'm not really putting it's just a question. Okay. This is not a take.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is when it's all said and done. Can he be better than Kevin Durant? Like all the things that Kevin Durant has done, look at all the things that Giannis has done. And Giannis has done it all with less, and he's had less in his toolbox. Think about it for a second. Giannis got more MVPs. He's got the one ring on on a team that was like it's his team. He's been a monster. He's got the Defensive Player of the Year. His numbers aren't very far off from Kevin Durant either. Why not?
I'm saying no.
Why not?
Because if you're asking me who I want on my team to win the championship, I'm choosing KD over Giannis.
Okay, that's not what I'm asking.
If you're asking me who I want to take the last shot in a game that we need to win, I'm asking for KD over Giannis. If I could build a team around anybody, whether it's a bad team or it's a good team, I'm going with KD over Giannis. And that's no disrespect to Giannis because he is a beast, but he's not KD. KD is a 3-level scorer, man, and he does everything that Giannis does and then adds more.
I don't see that. See, that's where we're kind of losing me because like
Giannis plays better defense. Yes.
Don't take that like it's like lower because like you're saying
I'm not saying it like it's light.
No, you're saying it like he plays better defense, and it's like, well, no, defense is a whole other half of the game, and it's like not only is he better at it, he's one of like the best of all time. Like you want to talk about like who are the best perimeter defenders of all time? You got Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard. You probably put like someone like Andre Iguodala up there, Gary Payton,
Jimmy Butler.
Giannis isn't better than a bunch of those.
Yeah, his length and his size gives him
his speed and his reaction time. He's a better defensive player.
I'm not saying he's not.
So that's what I'm saying. And I think Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer I've ever seen in basketball.
If they played each other, what happens?
What are they like?
We've seen that already.
Yeah,
we've seen it last year.
And what happened?
KD foot was a half size shorter.
Oh, the ifs.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was.
I wasn't trying to bring it to that game, but you brought it there.
What I'm saying is that he could not guard him.
He wasn't guarding.
So if you're saying you have an offensive machine here,
and
you have a defensive machine here, and the fact of who wins is based on whoever is better at their craft.
Yeah,
his defense was not better than KD's offense.
But
and KD was out there playing with a broken Nets team. I don't think you're talking about the team Giannis has that was not as talented.
I don't think you
was
remember,
out there by himself.
Like Giannis was not
hooking off.
I don't think you remember. Like Giannis wasn't guarding KD all the time because that's not what the game plan was.
But when he was,
who was guarding him?
But when he was giving him buckets.
Do you remember who was guarding him?
When he was giving him buckets.
Do you remember who was guarding him?
Nobody.
That boy PJ Tucker.
Nobody was
little 6'7" PJ Tucker was guarding him.
Nobody was guarding KD.
Yeah, and it's like you did all that, and then then Giannis goes to the finals and has one of the most incredible finals runs that we've seen.
I'm not taking that away from
Kevin Durant.
I'm not taking that away.
Hasn't really done that. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not taking that away from him. I feel like both teams that were in the finals beat teams that were ailing, and that's how they ended up there. So,
who's the alien team that that Milwaukee beat? Because Phoenix was fine.
The Nets.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to count that.
Yeah, I'm talking about in their conference.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because the Suns played the Lakers. Who they play after the Lakers?
Nuggets.
The Nuggets. that were battling.
It was the
injuries.
Blazers, and then it was the Nuggets.
Was it?
But what's the question?
Who played Utah? I'm just saying it was a favorable road for both teams to get to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but like I'm saying, Giannis showed out.
I'm not taking that away from him. If you're asking me the question, I'm going with KD.
Is there anything that Giannis could do to all of a sudden surpass Kevin Durant?
Yes, the same thing I said he needed to do in order to win the finals, which is shoot better. And he shot better in the finals, and that's why they won. He began to make his free throws. He started knocking down some threes.
Yeah.
And before you know it, if Giannis starts knocking down three balls and making his free throws, then he becomes a different type of player. He's still not up there with shooting them threes just because that man hits three in the game.
I think if you look at it like points wise, Kevin Durant's definitely got him. Like he's got him like I think Kevin Durant averages like for his career like 32 points per game.
Yeah.
Giannis averages like 28 points per game.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Giannis averages more rebounds.
Okay.
He averages more steals.
Okay.
He averages more blocks.
Okay.
He shoots a better percentage.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
He has to.
I think what I was
he
thinking.
Has to.
I think what I was really thinking about it with is who would you rather have on your, like you said, like if I was going to build my team, I'd rather have Kevin Durant.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't think that I would, because like I think about like how I want to build my team is like Giannis has been the greatest Milwaukee Buck person of all time. Like he's recruiting people.
But did you hear what you said?
What?
It's based on how you want to build your team.
Yeah. And I mean, that's all everything comes down to is your own opinion, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is like knowing what you know about Kevin Durant and how he's been on these other teams, like that's the guy you want, because like you're only going to get him for like 4 or 5 seasons before he realizes like he's getting cooked.
4 or 5
he's
seasons.
Gotta go.
I'll get 3 rings out of it. I'm happy.
Kevin Durant doesn't even have 3 rings, so like relax there.
I will get 3 rings out of it.
How
on my team, with my opinion, I'm going to get 3 rings out of it.
Because all I'm saying is like Kevin Durant has had Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kyrie Irving, and it's like he's only got 2 rings.
You done?
I mean, I could go like more. There's more like better players like on there.
Yeah,
Giannis has had Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez. This is what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Like, be for real.
Chemistry is important, man.
Exactly. And I'm saying Kevin Durant has been like kind of like a chemistry cancer at times.
Okay, and he's winning. He wins on teams with no.
He's
chemistry.
only won twice.
Okay, how many times has Giannis won?
Once.
It's 2 more than 1.
It is.
Okay.
He's done it in half the time too.
It's 2 more than 1.
Ask OKC how they feel about Kevin Durant.
It's 2 more than 1.
All right. When 2 becomes 1.
We'll see. So we'll see this year.
I was just about to say, if Giannis wins this year, then does that change it?
We will have to have a different discussion.
All right. I know that took a lot more time than I thought it was, but I really wanted to get you in it because, like, yeah, I'm just asking.
We have timestamps. I'm not worried about it.
I also want to be clear. I do think Kevin Durant is better, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't think that it's a far road for Giannis to make the case.
You didn't ask me if it was a far road. You asked me which one was better.
That was literally the question. I was like, could he catch it and stuff like that? And then you were like, no.
It's gonna be tough.
I know that boy B Mizzy about to be his eyes. He's like, first you're a Bron sexual, now you're a freak for the Greek. Like,
is that what they're really called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you just.
No, that's what he calls me like all the time. Because you Bron sexuals are like, I'm like, he's never been my favorite player.
Yeah, man, you're getting a lot of shout outs this episode, man. It's crazy.
Don't let us start talking about Jason Tatum. We'll have to hose him down. Like, player of the week.
You talking about the world's new Allen Houston?
What? Get that R2D2.
Am I not lying? Like,
yo,
you're gonna give me
what's the next topic,
you
bro?
give me 51 night and 15 the next night?
The next
like,
topic?
come on,
next topic? Next topic? Like, don't do it. There's a lot of Celtics fans. I don't do it.
I don't care. All right, we're gonna get right into it, man. So, all right, so Mike Tyson. First thing first, credit.
My boy, I am Mike.
Yes. He's in a new space in his life, man. I'm super happy for this man. Like I feel like if this is the Mike we could have spent our lifetime with, you're gonna be like, yo, things have happened differently.
Mike Tyson was one of my favorite athletes of all time.
Yes.
Yes. Like during the time when it was in his heyday, when like people don't remember when like Showtime used to give people free monthly subscriptions if Mike Tyson knocked people out within the first like 30 seconds because that's how crazy it was. I was completely enthralled by him.
Yes.
Like I loved him.
Yes. So we know he's had some tough times.
Yes.
But he's in a really good space now, and he has started his own cannabis business.
Yep. Podcast is thriving too.
Podcast is definitely thriving. He openly says that marijuana has helped him with calibrating and restructuring his mental health. And now that he has his own cannabis business, he has a signature edible. And that's why I brought this up, because when I saw it, this was hilarious to me. So the edible comes in a bag with a big ear on it, with a little chunk bitten out of it, and they're called Mike Bites. So
I see them.
I know
wild.
this is, so I know this is completely off topic and it has nothing to do with basketball, but
I feel like it needs to be talked about.
I could not bring it up because it's just like,
I was gonna ask you if you would try it, but then I was like, you don't need no kid, like no edibles.
Nah, not at all. And not even more importantly, it was just like,
if they were just regular regular
candy,
like gummies, would you eat them?
With no drugs in them, I would have a box of them in my house,
easily, right?
And I would have one in my car and be like, when I gave somebody, right, you want a Mike Bite?
No, they'd be like, you want a Mike Bite?
Right. Like, listen, people would know I would be sponsoring the Mike Bites. Like, I would be on the show right now. Like, what are you eating? Mike Bites.
I might actually get an earring with a Mike Bite. Like,
but it was hilarious to me, only because I know, recently, like, he had the big interview with Evander, and they like hashed it out, and he apologized and everything, and then you come back with the edible tag called Mike Bites with
you
the
don't think
ear.
You don't think Holyfield's getting a check?
No.
No. Well, I tell you right now, if he's not, he will be suing for his likeness. Like, that will most certainly be something that happens.
It's not his ear.
I'll be like, no, this snack is clearly based off of he has a case. I'm not saying that he'd win, but he has a case.
You know what Mike would do? He'd go into the courthouse and be like, he's not the only person whose ear I bit.
You have proof? It's not about what the truth is. It's about what you can prove.
Right.
There's footage.
Can you prove that this is your ear?
Yeah. Like, I draw the picture from the bag and put my hair right next to it.
And that was a isolated incident. It's not like this has happened several times. So the fact that it's called Mike Bites.
You only got 2 ears, bro.
Mike Bites, which is several bites, not Mike Bite.
Is this really what we're doing?
Yes, I'm going to defend Mike because you're not about to tear down his homies.
What's the next topic? Because I'm not getting into. All right, I really hope that you're not Mike Tyson's lawyer in this case, because you are going down smoking. Like, you better call John Proctor or somebody. Like,
I'm gonna be sitting in the courtroom like, Your Honor, taste them first.
Yeah. You must be on cannabis if you thought you should win this case, bro. Like, what you think was happening?
All right, so we'll shift over to home cooking.
Right. I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Cause I'm coming home again. It's time for some home cooking with Big Nasty and Uncle Raisin.
You always say with Big Nasty and Uncle Raisin, but you don't never had no home cooking.
What do you mean?
Find some home cooking.
I actually do got one today too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to announce that, like, one of our first guests, our boy Derek. I was about to call him Double Impact because I was about to say Derek Bad Boy Whitley.
That was also a good movie.
Yeah, it was Deep Impact. No, you are thinking of Double with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yes.
All right, let me try this again because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to stomp on my brothers.
There you go. There you go.
My brother Derek Bad Boy Whitley has another fight coming up. It's going to be local.
Word?
At AIC.
Oh.
On April 29th.
He said he was trying to do more local stuff too. Look at that man being a man of his word.
Man, the Philly people keep dragging him out there to the Terrorist record of.
So what we looking at for a date?
Friday, April 29th. So end of April.
Okay.
I'm already getting my tickets in motion.
Can I get a ticket this time, or are you just gonna have?
You got his phone number, don't you? No, it's like, I'll text him. I got you.
You call him right now, right on the pod.
I just don't want you sitting next to me. That's all.
I'm just gonna call him right. That's fine.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna sit on the other side of the ring and I'll be talking crazy to the other people that's on the other team. I'm like, yeah,
you're a bum rock.
I'll be on his side of the ring with his people talking crazy and talking about, yeah, my boy Whit about to smack your boy face off.
I kind of really want you to come. I was gonna say I'd pay for your ticket, but you still owe me for the whatchamacallit, the 2-minute drill. So
we're gonna get right into home cooking. On my side, I want to make sure I got this right. I want to underplay this. Give me just a second. I should have did that while you was talking about, but it's okay. We're here.
As I would say, that's how you feel. Like you was just if you would have started researching stuff like as I was talking anyways, I was gonna be
we've been following Central basketball.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the boys lost in the semifinals. The girls remember we were talking about we hadn't heard anything, so we're wondering if they had won or had lost.
Right. I remember you texted me like the next morning. We're like, apparently they're in the middle of the game right now.
They are in the middle of the game. The very next day, that Sunday was when they played their game, and I didn't know about it. But they ended up winning the D1 championship in the girls division by 2 points, I believe it was.
Wow.
And the Central girls are the division champs. So one of my homies, Craig, shout out to Craig. I think his tag is 24 Craig. But his daughter plays on the team, and he sent me a little sound bite of what the girls actually went through to win their championship. So I told him I'd give him a shout out on the pod. So it was like girls made history, first D1 girls championship and the new all Massachusetts NCAA style state tournament format. So before you would just play Western Mass and just win Western Mass, but now every sector or whatever you want to call it of Massachusetts is a part
region.
There you go. So they won Western Mass, but Western Mass just ends up being a spot in the bracket. So like
kind of like when you win your division in football.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes. So it's like Western Mass, Eastern Mass, Northern Mass, Southern Mass, however you want to look at it.
We've been in Western Mass so long, I forgot that there has to be an Eastern Mass.
Like, yeah, right.
It's crazy because I feel like it's only Western Mass.
Right. So they won their division and then they went into the bracket. They had to run through the entire state from the number 3 spot, 5 games, which included number 6 Franklin, who were 20-1, and undefeated number 2 Wachusett, which was 23-0.
Oh, what?
Wachusett,
okay,
23-0, and number 1 Andover team, which was 21-1. It's the toughest path to a state championship in a long time, especially with this being the inaugural bracket format. And
so they pulled a Dirk Nowitzki.
They stamped themselves in history. So shout out to those young ladies and all the hard work that they put in. And I know I always tailor it by putting a period on it by saying it's always good for our athletes in this city because it shines a light on all the hard work that you guys are putting in. And it just gives the opportunity for the young ladies that are coming behind you, the young men that are coming behind you, and all the hard work that our pillars in this community are putting in to make sure that there is an opportunity for our kids. So pretty dope situation.
I guess like the only real question is Central High School. What's taking this so long to get the heavyweight bros to be doing sideline reporting on these games? Like, what's happening?
Oh,
like you try to tell me that you don't want us on the sidelines. Like, and here we have Rachel over here with another pulls up for 3. Boom, shakalaka. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm made for this.
Yeah, I'm a Raider, so I'll be coaching commerce games while you're at those games. But
even better, I'm like Coach Buck over there looking hella trash.
Wow.
Is that Big Cassie coming down the middle? Man, get out my way. Watch out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking numbers in 2. What I bring the pain and what you gonna do? We harder than hard, rougher than rough. Rah!
Next time you rah. Go ahead, finish. I'm not about to start talking. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the Central girls, all they kept doing was clean out your lockers because we out to get you on our way to the state championship. I mean, come on, man. What more do you want? Besides a rock in the palm of my hand, what you got? I got John Madden. Let's get to the Blitz.
I guess it's time for the Blitz package. First things first.
I gotta find something else to say. Playboy Mondays.
Shout out to LJ. I hope you're watching this pod so you can hear me clearly when I tell you your Packers are trash now. Yo, they are clearing house. I don't know who's going to play defense. I don't know who Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball to. I don't even know if Lizard is still there. Yes, I keep calling him Lizard on purpose.
Wow. Why are you saying this about the Packers? Like, what new thing has happened to make you say that?
Zadarius Smith is gone.
Where'd he go?
I just saw it. Tell me. I know you know.
The Purple People Eaters.
There you go. Went to the Ravens. No.
That's who you think the Purple People Eaters are? Like Minnesota Vikings.
There you go. Thank you. My bad. So yeah, Zadarius Smith got up out of there. So I'm going to sign with the Vikings. So, which was literally the backbone of the Packers defense.
Absolutely. And Jair Alexander.
Zaire Smith.
He's one of the 4 best corners in the NFL.
No, I get it, but you got to have a quarterback on defense.
Yeah. And
that's not coming from the corner. You know what I mean? That corner is looking inside to see what Smith is saying, so he knows what he's doing on the outside. So I don't know who's going to be quarterback in that defense. Maybe they got some type of young gem that they believe in. I don't know, but the Packers are looking like the new Raiders.
That's a wild sentence to end it on. I feel like there's a lot that goes into this.
Okay.
So since Aaron Rodgers has signed his contract, they've lost Devontae Adams, they've lost Zadarius Smith, and I feel like there's someone else that I'm missing.
That's a lot.
No, but
your best offensive player, your best
they're two of their 5 best players on the team are gone now. Do you is there any part of you that feels like this was intentional? Like the rest of the Packers waited for Aaron Rodgers to sign his massive contract, eat up all the cap, and then we're like, yeah, figure this out yourself, Brody. I kind of feel the same way too. Like I feel like they were just like pretending to be cool with him to like get the numbers up and like do all that stuff because Devontae Adams was like, you want to throw me the ball, I'm gonna catch it. All I do is do it and put more zeros in my pocket, stuff like that. But it's like,
man called this man and was like, you're the best player I ever played with.
Is he wrong?
He's wrong for telling him that and then taking all the money. Like, mom just made some cookies, fam. Don't worry, man. I got you. I'm gonna make sure you get some. I know you're on your way home from practice. Man showed up was 1 cookie in there. She only made 2 cookies. Now she made 24.
I told you I was gonna save you.
I was gonna save you. What?
I'm not. I told you I was gonna hold you down.
I got you. So this 1 cookie. See what the chocolate chip spells tag.
There's a bunch of receivers that are still kind of like don't have a home yet.
Yes.
You got your Odell Beckhams.
Yep.
Julio Jones.
Yep.
Jarvis Landry.
Okay.
And I feel like there's one more that's slipping my mind. What's the chance any of them actually go over there to Green Bay? Who's in need of wide receivers right now?
I can see Julio.
I
can see Julio.
I do think pickings are going to be kind of
chance
slim
to
for
get
him.
back to being a number 1 guy.
For some reason, and it hurts my heart to say it, like I feel like Julio Jones makes sense as a Patriot. Like it just seems like the type of player that they get for some, like how like every offseason you're just like, why is this guy? Like, how did this guy get to the Patriots?
For a 6th-round pick.
I feel like Julio Jones has that written all over him.
Right. I hope not.
I hope not too. So like that, like those are my first 2. My third thing is, I know you keep wanting to avoid this conversation. Tom Brady comes out of retirement. Do you think that Tom Brady retires? He looks around a little bit. Then he's like, Russell Wilson headed towards the AFC. Devontae Adams headed towards the AFC. In the NFC, it's really me, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and Dak Prescott. And you think maybe that's why Tom Brady was like, yeah, I'm coming back because like, who am I scared of in the NFC?
And he was out there throwing the ball around with his boy the other day too.
Who?
Julian Edelman.
Was he?
Yeah. Julian Edelman made a post like this, the best way to get cardio. And they made they were out there for a minute because they made a little video. They put some music with it. So like Edelman's running a route. And while he's ending the route, another Edelman is coming in running another route. And he ran like 4 routes. And Tom Brady throws the ball and turns around with that Stetson look in his face. Like,
like I know, like they just signed Russell Gage. And they already have Scotty Miller. But like, I don't know if I'd hate a Julian Edelman, Tampa Bay.
He's gonna fit right in.
That's what I mean. It's like Julian Edelman and Gronk.
He's gonna fit right in. He's gonna fit right in.
Like that, I think that would be pretty sick. But it's like honestly, NFC. Like who are you scared of there? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
That's just like to me. It's like yeah. Like if I'm Tom Brady, like why not come back? I'm the 2nd best quarterback in this conference. That AFC stuff is wild. I don't want no parts of none of that stuff going over here. Right. But over here, like Russell, like I said, Russell Wilson's gone. I don't got to worry about him no more. And then Aaron Rodgers got no more weapons. Like who am I worried about?
These defenses, I'm telling you, man, that man put I mean, he's always had a target on his back. You know, people want to get at Tom Brady, but like that whole retiring and coming back and looking at your division, it's.
Well, think about it like this too. Who did Tom Brady lose to in the playoffs? The Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams, and he almost had the He almost came back and won. So you're telling me the only team that I need to be scared of in this entire conference, I almost beat them in the playoffs.
No, I get it.
And they lost.
I get it.
You know, they're going to lose Odell.
I get it.
Stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I'm not scared of any of these guys.
Do we know they're going to lose Odell, though?
Where's the room for them? I mean, I know Robert Woods is gone, and they got Allen Robinson. They got Van Jefferson. They got the number 1 receiver, Cooper Kupp. I think Odell's kind of gone, though.
I think he still fits.
I don't think the money's there. I think that's what it is. I think somebody's going to give him money.
Because they brought over Allen Robinson.
What do you mean?
Is the money not there because they brought over Allen because he gets paid?
No, their money's mad wrapped up in people. Like you got to think, like they just gave Matthew Stafford.
Tag him.
They just get you. I think they already used their franchise tag
On Odell.
No, on somebody else. I'm saying you only get one franchise tag.
Yeah, I know, but who?
I can't remember off the top of my head. But then it's like we got to pay Cooper Kupp coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying Matthew Stafford. We just paid him an extension.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay Aaron Donald. You have to pay like all Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
So like that, like you know what I mean? Like there's not too much bread to go around.
You're right.
But so like I think he's a name that it could be interesting. I think he honestly could be a Packer possibility, if anything. And I don't like it. I'm just saying
that would be disrespectful because he didn't go over there with Devontae and now Devontae's gone. Now you want to go over there? You heard what Devontae said to him, right?
I don't want to say it because I feel like it's going to do too much for you.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it then.
Don't say it.
All right, so like that's all I wanted to touch on that segment. It's just like how the Packers' demise has kind of set up the rest of the NFC.
Yes.
And it's like, granted, they haven't played a game yet.
Mm-hmm.
They still got Aaron Jones. They still got AJ Dillon. They still got all these guys. But it's like, it's looking rough, bro.
I'm all set.
Got Robert Tonyan.
Did the Colts get better?
Well, why did we ask if the Colts got better?
They signed Matty Ice.
They didn't sign him. They traded for that boy.
They traded for him. Yes. What did they give up?
I think it was like Marcus Mariota and like a 3rd round pick or something like that.
Yeah, it's decent.
But
Matty Ice is like 38.
I haven't like that's the thing is like he's one of those guys like if you would have told me that he was 28, I would have believed you. I feel like Matt Ryan hasn't been around that long. But then like all of a sudden I think about him like, yo, Matt Ryan has been around for dumb long.
Yes, you gotta count Maddens.
Seriously.
That's he been in.
And it's like, yo, like he was really in Atlanta just doing nothing for like a long period of time. But he's a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
He could have
the Colts get better.
I think they did. He's definitely better than Carson Wentz, like without a doubt.
Okay.
Like look at what he did for Cordero Patterson last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he did it without Calvin Ridley and like without all these other pieces, but he did have Kyle Pitts. Mm-hmm. But it's like Jonathan Taylor is that offense. So it's like all I need you to do is kind of like manage stuff, spell him a couple ones, and throw a couple deep bombs to.
Shout out to Eddie too. I know your heart hurting right now, man.
That's got to. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think they definitely got better, without a doubt. You?
I like Matty Ice over. What was his name?
Don't do the Wentz wagon like that.
He did himself like that.
We're going to talk about it like at some point in time. Mm-hmm. Is like this because like everything's kind of set as of right now. Like everybody's kind of got their quarterbacks, but there's like 4 or 5 teams where it's like, what are you doing? And there's like 3 or 4 guys like like Jimmy Garoppolo's still out there. Your boy Baker Mayfield is still
everybody,
out there.
Yo, listen, Baker. You know who was the last team that rejected him, right?
I mean, the Browns rejected him. Does that count?
The Carolina Panthers said we're all set.
I mean, Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield, like, is it really? I
feel like I could bring him in and at least make it competitive to try to keep Sam on his toes. Like,
is it Cam Newton still on the Panthers?
I don't think so.
He finished the season on the Panthers. He might be a free agent.
This man's got a full-on podcast, and that man was just in Milan Fashion Week. I saw you, Cam. I
definitely saw him talking to Brittany Renner.
Oh yeah, he was not playing around. He was calling her on her stuff too.
But she was kind of sunning him too a little bit.
Yeah,
I watched it. I'm not gonna like sit here and say I watched it because it was like a 2.5 hour thing.
Yeah,
I watched like a good 30 minutes.
I'm watching the 2.5 half an hour pod. It's gonna be the heavyweight.
We're pretty close. We've definitely come close. We're doing Batman numbers.
First episode has some people tight. Like, is this what every episode is gonna be like? Like, whoa, we'll get it together.
I didn't realize I was watching Avengers Endgame, bro. Like, what's going on here?
Right. Like we up there with the new Batman. But yeah, Baker's pretty much getting called trash by the league.
Do you think Baker Mayfield's that bad, or are people overreacting?
I hate to compare him to another Browns quarterback, but he's kind of really robotic with his play, like Brady Quinn.
Wow, that was a wild. I thought you were going to go Manziel, and I was going to be like, he's nothing like Manziel. No. And Brady Quinn caught me completely off guard. I was like, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, like, Brady Quinn was like a really stiff QB, but I just feel like Baker Mayfield doesn't have a lot of tricks. Like, yes, he can throw the ball. He will get mobile sometimes, but like, what is really Baker's thing where people could say, when you play Baker, you got to look out for this because he will make this happen. It's like he's not really making nothing happen on the field to where people's like, we need to get Baker. Like
the Falcons getting rid of Matt Ryan and taking back Marcus Mariota and not trying to get Baker Mayfield. Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And I mean, Mariota didn't do nothing but have a couple scrambles and threw a couple passes for the Raiders and got him a team to land on. And Baker Mayfield started for the Browns.
If you're the Browns, then why not keep Baker? I mean, I don't know what his money looks like.
So this is the reason I'm keeping him.
Okay.
Just in case something happens to Deshaun, whether it be injury or suspension.
Yep.
And two, you always want to have another quarterback to compete with your quarterback, so it pushes the intensity to want to own the job and get better at your craft.
There's no way Deshaun's not talking crazy to Baker the second that he sees him up.
Of course he is.
No Mark ass trick.
I can see the next commercial now. You know how Baker? I don't even know what company that's for.
I have no idea, but the one where he's always like in the stands.
Always taking care of the stadium. I just feel like the next commercial should be Deshaun at the gate, like, can I get those keys? Baker's like walking out the gate.
Whatever company that is, pay this man, because that's a fire commercial.
It is.
And it was a great idea.
Hey.
And I'm mad because that you didn't workshop it before. Like, let me know that it was coming, because damn, that was a good commercial. I would have done it. I would have done it. I saw that
see Baker walking out. He's like, "Hey, Baker." He turns around like, "Yes, you forgot a bag." Oh man. Deshaun, hit him up, man. Go get that money. Go get that check, man. Go get that check. Make sure it's all guaranteed. I know you like everything guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Just like it's happy endings. So what else we?
Oh, goodness. Just when you think you tamed the beast. Oh, that doesn't help. All right, we're gonna let it go. Though. We're getting out of here. All right, we're gonna move on over to the heavyweight lovers. All right, it's your week too.
It is my
I'm
week.
excited to see what you got.
Why you cheesing so hard?
Because man, I like watching you navigate the battlefield. it's like there's a mind right. Like it's almost like you watch a reality show and you know what's happening, but they don't know what's happening, and you're just like, why do you not see this? And it's like I'm watching you walking towards them landmines, and I'm like, oh, don't step.
They were just talking crazy about you. Don't go over there.
Don't go over there.
They already know that you're about to start lying, and then you walk over there and start lying. Yeah. No, I feel you. But shall I?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up.
Hey, we don't have
heavyweight lovers. That was definitely the Bobby Caldwell version too, like not the Tupac "Do for Love" version.
There you go.
It's inspired, by the way, by the lovely post that you made like this morning. And I was like,
man,
for some reason, that song's been coming up a lot, like in my playlist, and it's just like I ain't mad at it. And I was like, I think it's a little bit more appropriate than "Lovers and Friends."
Yeah, man, love is more important than a Klondike bar. What would you do for it?
That was. They all can't. They all can't. They all can't. But welcome to the heavyweight lover segment. Like I said, I'm trying to do like a progression piece to it.
Do something with this?
That agua?
Yeah.
I was looking at it, but I was like, I don't want to take the label off.
Don't worry, I got you. Go ahead, do your thing.
All right, welcome to the heavyweight lover segment. Like I said, I'm trying to make it a progressive thing. So like we kind of go like step one all the way through. Our first week, like we talked about like your online dating profile. This week is DMs 101. Because it's like now you're on online dating, you got it matched up, you both got a like. Now you're in the DMs. So the question is, where do you go from here? And it's pretty simple. What's the end of like the goal is to get out of the whatever it is, whatever dating site you're on. So like, you know, if you're on Tinder, your goal is to get out of the Tinder DMs and get to texting in their real phone number as quick as possible to then get to your first date.
Oh, so you're not battling with all the battlefield navigators.
Well, it's not just that. The dating sites always have like the worst DMs things. You don't get the proper notifications. And like the goal is like when you get out of that stuff is to turn off those notifications so you don't need the dating app anymore. So you want to separate yourself from that and you want to get yourself in the text messages because everybody sees their text messages.
How on average though, how many threads do you think is going off for somebody you may have DM'd?
That can't be any of your concern. And you don't have to worry about like who you're battling against or like who the war is against. You can only fight your fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like
now we're getting into it. Go ahead, talk your stuff.
That's the thing. Is like if you worry about
talk your stuff,
he who hesitates is already lost. If you want to call it, he
who hesitates in war.
That's what I mean. It's like if you already thinking about what the other person's doing, you've already lost.
Right.
So like you're in there, you're in these DMs. What's it called? Like I said, you got your like, you both matched up. Now, wow, you're in the DMs.
Okay.
And it's like it's always about what is the first message. The worst first message is, hey. Because girls say that all the time. You see it. They literally have it on their profiles. They're like, if you're going to come in my DMs and just say, hey, don't even bother. So you got to watch out. And like I said, it's a war. Like you say, you call it a battlefield.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on. You need to be able to separate yourself.
Yeah, you gotta be relatable.
Got to be relatable.
Mhm.
I was gonna try to come up with something like clever, like I was talking about like the 2 T's and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I was like I had 2 C's, but I was trying to see if like there was a third C. What?
No, I'm
Why are you
intrigued.
teasing like
I'm
that?
intrigued, man. I like watching you work, man.
Like we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
All
Like
right.
I said. So like your first thing is like as soon as you get that and then as soon as you're ready to start hitting the DMs, you have to go back,
Mhm.
scroll through her profile again. Because like now you need to go.
Oh,
you need some.
the callback.
Yeah,
the
you got to do your
double
research.
back?
Yeah, you got to do your research. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You got the study guide there for a reason.
So the first hit is just off of the profile pics.
Yeah. So like how it happens is like I like your picture, you like my picture, and then it says, hey, you and Raisin are a match.
Okay.
And then it sends you to a blank room or whatever it is, and there's nothing there. Someone has to make the first move.
Okay.
Now on Bumble, one of the reasons why I like Bumble is Bumble only allows the female to make the first move. They have to make the first message.
Wow.
Every other app makes the males do it.
Consent the conversation.
Pretty much. It's just like,
Okay.
consent to conversation. I like that.
Hey, 2 C's.
Look at it. I'm already inspiring the youth. Is you have to go back and you have to do your research. Comb through the likes, the dislikes, and try to find something that's relatable to that. Don't start your conversation off like a, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Because like, yeah, because then it's like, imagine if that's the first message you got and they're like, hey, you're like, hey, and then it's like you're just starting it again, and you're setting yourself up to it's like you're starting a race and you already taking 2 steps back. Like, what do you do?
Who don't know how to say goodbye. All right, cool.
Peace.
Right, yeah, right. It's like, man, we just said bye 17 times.
All right, man, I'll holla.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff. So like, if like, for instance, like you want to see like what their interests are or the things that they're into, that's what all the prompts and stuff is for. They're giving you the outline of your, of your first draft already there. So like, you might as well use the tools that you have in your toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to preface this too, because like, I said when we were talking about the online dating profile is if you are unattractive or like you feel that you are unattractive, like it's going to be a bit more difficult for you. And a lot of people are like, hey, like, I'm not getting a lot of hits, but then like you finally get the hit and then you fumble it. Cause like the whole thing is like, oh, like they're looking at me for my looks, but it's like my personality is so dope. It's like, okay, now's the time to show your personality. You've already gotten through the like, he's cute enough or she's cute enough that like I'd at least have a conversation with him. So now don't fumble the conversation. So like you have to be consistent, which is one of the C's. You know what I mean? Is like you got to make sure that like you're in there, you're talking about things that like they're into, because then that makes them comfortable. Okay. Which is another one of the C's. Because like you want them to seem like you're somebody that they've been talking to or at least want to talk to. So why not talk to them about things that you already know that they like, especially if it's something that you don't know nothing about. I, for instance, I've never been skiing. My big ass don't want to go skiing. But if I look at your profile and I see that you want skiing and stuff like that, I'm like, damn, they let Puerto Ricans over on the mountain, like something like that. I'm like, yo, what's the weight limit on the whatever the shit is called or whatever? Like, yo,
Skylift?
Yeah, the skylift. Thank you. They got a forklift. You know what I'm saying for me? Because all I do is my forklift off my plate. So let me know. Yo, your drawers is already wet right now. You don't even know. You don't even know what I just did. You don't even know what I just did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, keep going.
I'm sorry, but like, yeah, you want like so.
So use what they have in the bio.
Yes.
So don't try to order out, man. Just cook what you see it in the fridge.
You got the ingredients in the crib. You might as well use it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, why are you doing that?
I'm with you. Keep going.
I did all the ingredients in the crib kind of threw me for a loop. And then like what I said before with the DMs, and it's like, yo, know yourself, know your angles, know stuff like that. Know what you're good at. Like I said, like I am funnier than most people. So like, obviously humor is my way to get in there. I'm going to try to laugh you out of here. But if you are a shyer person and you are a quieter person, then it's like your best bet is to like ask them about themselves, because then you need to make the other person talk. So that way you don't have to talk so much and you have to respond over the things that they're talking about. But like one of the things is, like I said, like your goal is to get out of the DMs into the text messages to then get on the date. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to ask too many questions that you in the beginning part, so that way, like when you get to your first date, you don't have a lot of stuff to talk about because you already know that type of stuff. Also, ask questions that matter, things that people actually want to talk about. Like, yo, I don't care what your favorite color is. I don't care what your favorite day of the week is. I don't care. I was about to say how you slept. I kind of care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then that lets me know how the rest of the mood for the rest of your day is. I don't care what your zodiac sign is. I'm gonna wait for you to ask me, so that way, like, you know, we could have a different conversation about that. But I do not care if you are an asparagus or like if you what you call it. It does not matter to me. Yo.
Go, don't mind me.
Another thing, because like I said, you want to remain in the comfort situation.
Yeah.
Do not talk about sex too early. Because I've seen many dudes fumble the bag because they already started talking about it's like, yo, but like you look so good. Like, I just can't wait to start doing this. I can't wait to do this to you. And I'm like, yo, you've never even been on the first date yet.
How soon is too soon?
How soon is too soon? Can we get on the first date and can I actually see you in person?
Yeah.
Can we feel that there's an attraction first before we know this? I mean, obviously, I know that you think I'm at least good looking enough to talk to me. So like, unless she brings it up first or she starts doing that, then we can start we can go there. One of the easiest questions to ask and one of the easiest things to ask, so that way you can know where you're going, is, hey, so like, what are you looking for? Like, you're on here, like, what are you looking for? Like, what are you hoping to get out of this?
Put the ball in their court.
Yeah. What made you click my profile?
Ooh.
Or, you know, stuff like that. Like, but like one of the easiest things to do is if you want to start off, you don't want to do the jokey stuff and you want to jump like right into it, be like, hey, I'm really glad that you swiped right on me. Because like I looked at your profile and I thought that you had like amazing eyes or like whatever it was, stuff like that. I'm really glad that you swiped right on me. And then like I'll be like, hey, thank you very much. You know, I clicked on it because like you have a really nice smile or like whatever it is. Then you can like, you know,
conversation started.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we here? The goal is like, you know, something like that. Some people like, and like that's the thing too, is like people ask too, like how honest is too honest? And the question is like, how comfortable are you with rejection if your honesty is too much? So like if I'm on this app and all I'm trying to do is smash, and like you ask me like, hey, like, so like what are you doing on here? Like, honestly, I'm just trying to keep things casual. Stuff like that.
Very, very professional way to say that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, like honestly, like I'm trying to keep things casual. Like, you know, I found you really attractive. I want to know if that's something that you into. Like, I got to be real comfortable that with you being like, actually, I'm all set.
Yeah.
Like a real bland,
no problem.
Like a real bland, easy answer is just like, honestly, like I was just looking for someone
profile
to connect.
Name Slimeball.
Listen, man, I've seen some wild men profiles like on here. Like people have been sending me a lot of stuff like ever since we started. Like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I see some stuff where I'm like, yo, you need to change that, or also swipe left on this person. This person is dangerous, bro. Like, be careful. Yo, be careful in these streets. Yo, the streets is wild. And like I said, like, you know, a lot of people on here, like they're, you know, they say like, I don't get a lot of hits. I don't do stuff like that. So like the last thing you want to do is play yourself out of some stuff.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm sure what you call it, like we come from a different era.
Yes.
We come from the era of like where you had to have game to get a phone number.
I'm just saying.
So like, and like, actually I take that, like with every time that you talk about something, there's an attractiveness level to it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Ealy walks in anyway. He don't need that much game because he's Michael Ealy. Whatever it is, they already thrown it at him.
I can relate.
But like for the most part, you need some game. I don't know how many female friends you have. I have a ton of them. I can't tell you how many girls that tell me like, man, I was already ready.
I have no female friends.
I think you have a female best friend. I guess I was incorrect with your wife, but
she's not my best friend.
What is she? Get it out. Hurry up so I can get to my point.
Go ahead.
No, what you call it? You about to get out of my way? Like, just get it out.
I'm not gonna do it to you like that. She knows, man. It's my everything.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Is all of them are just like, yo, I knew from the instant that I saw this person that I was gonna throw it at him.
Okay.
And then he opened his mouth and I immediately shriveled up down. Like, you know, I dried up because like either you sound stupid, you talking about stupid stuff, or like whatever. So like, yeah, the thing is like you gotta have game, and like the part of having game is like to talk around the thing that you're getting to without being super direct about it. But like I said, if you're
Ronda Rousey,
yeah, it's like it's all a game, and it's a form of foreplay. It's like all you try to do is make sure that like I was about to get You just
It's a verbal tangle.
you just you just want to make sure that everything's still like well moisturized, so like that.
That wasn't good.
It wasn't good either.
That was terrible.
I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to be keeping this clean and PG as possible.
No, it's okay. Do your thing, man.
All right. So like I said, you want to be you want to make sure that they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be consistent. Consistency is key because like what you are in the DMs is who you're going to be in the relationship like as well. So like if you start off and you're doing the whole good morning text and like you do the good morning text like 4 or 5 days in a row and then all of a sudden 3 days in a row like you're not doing it, but I can already see what type of time he's on. I can already see what type of time she's on. So like whatever the thing is that you're doing, make sure you're there. If I tell you, excuse me, I'm going to check in with you every night before you go to bed. If I'm going to do this, like, that's what you call it. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the consistency piece. Because if you ain't going to be consistent in these DMs, you most certainly ain't going to be consistent in a relationship. And like, that's, you want to talk about drying things up. Like you end up like, there'll be the Sahara Desert in there.
Consistently courting.
The other one, the other C is confident.
Okay.
So it's like, what you don't want to do is you don't want to start tearing yourself down or you're like being self-deprecating, so like that, which I have a problem with because like that's one of my main sources of humor is like self-deprecating because it's like I have no problem laughing at myself and so like that. But it's like like when you start doing stuff like when you were like, oh man, like I didn't think that you would go for a dude that looked like me. She'd be like, man, like do you look a lot crazier than I thought you did? It's like that. Like, am I crazy for wanting to go for you?
Right.
So like that, like you don't want to start doing like that. Like, oh man, like I'm just or like. We do the other thing is like, I'm just so glad that you swipe right because like I don't even think like I'm worthy of somebody like you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't already want to, you don't want to start putting yourself down before you even start. You're putting words in their mouth about putting you down before you even let them see you and meet you and stuff like that. So, like I said, you got to be consistent. You got to be. I thought you were following me.
Oh no, consistent and confident.
Consistent, confident. What's the other one?
There was 3.
Yo, there's 3 C's, bro.
Consistent. Confident. Conversation.
No.
All right, I don't need to know the stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I fumbled it too. That's why I was trying to get you to help me out. But you want to get these things, and the goal is to get out of the dating scene DM into the regular DMs to be like, what's the thing that we're doing next?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like you want to like, hey, like like once the conversation starts flowing, and it's like I said, like you've done the good morning text, you've done this, you've done all this type of stuff. Like maybe 2 to 3 days in, be like, hey, I actually like really like where this is going. How about I'll give you could be the first person to be like, I'm gonna give you my phone number. And then like, you can hit me up whenever you're ready. So that way we can get off this app. Hey, I don't really open this app too often. So like I kind of miss some of your messages. So like, why don't you, here's my number and like you message me, stuff like that. Maybe we could FaceTime. Because that's another thing is you don't want to get another C catfished. Because that's the thing that happens out here. Mad crazy. It's like you don't want to.
I forgot all about that.
It's a big.
The battlefield just got layered.
It's a big part of comfortable with other C, by the way.
Hey,
there you make sure that they're comfortable. So like, hey, if you're comfortable with it, here's my phone number. Whenever you feel comfortable, here's my phone number. So that way you can hit me up.
It's a confidence step.
Yes, it is. It's a confidence step because like I'm sure that you're gonna hit me up. Otherwise, what
happens if they're like, oh, my phone on my camera is broken.
Then you might be the 4th C. What's catfish? That's what I said. You try to tell me you don't got access to no computer, your front camera don't work, your back camera don't work, your Zoom don't work, like none of this stuff. I at least need I need to hear your voice at least once.
So get in front of a mirror with your back camera.
I do not. I don't care. But get in front of this camera. I need to know that you're the same person that's in these pictures. Because I know some people personally who have taken other people's pictures and said that they were that person and then like just showed up. And it's been looking crazy. You don't want to get catfish because that'll make you real uncomfortable real quick.
Listen, I've seen that happen in real life. We didn't have all this like DM stuff and stuff like that, but we did have something called the chat line.
Oh, I remember the AOL chat line.
Where people I'm talking about on the phone. Like it was just random.
Oh, you could just call the chat.
Yes, and random people would just be in a room chatting, and you mess around and catch a conversation and be like, "Yo, let's go over here and just have a chat." And you mess around and meet somebody named Strawberry, and they show up and be like,
I used to be like 11 years old in those chats. Knowing my voice was not deep either. I'm like, tell me what it sound like. Doing stuff like that, wild stuff. Yeah, that was wild.
Yo, I'm like, I'll meet you at the bus terminal at 3.
I spent time like in Florida, like with my pops, so they used to have like the hot phone where it was like you could call, collect numbers, and like do all that stuff. So like it was all free, so they didn't have a phone bill. I used to call them numbers all the time, like just to be talking to nobody, just to say nothing, like, oh yeah, and like where are you at? like 11 years old, talking nonsense.
Terrible.
The game was in me from the jump. What could I say? But like, yeah,
Battlefield.
I know I talked about it like real quickly, where it's just like, you know, like not talking about sex too early and stuff like that. Yo, fellas, we got to do better, and I feel like we've been doing better. Unsolicited dick pics are not cool. Like, do not. And it's like, yo, I understand. Some of y'all rocking some hammers. Some of y'all got millionaire down there.
That's still a thing.
Is it still a thing? And it's like, I understand, like, yo, like that's your best features. You got the snuffleupagus, and you trying to you trying to get it out there.
We're done with analogy.
It's like, yo, but like that's, I would say 30% of women are really into that. The other 70%, that's not really their bag. Unsolicited dick pics are not cool. Now, when you get to the point where you're getting them asked for, that's a little bit different. I don't know how much in depth you want me to get into with that.
No, we'll pass over that.
Because we've leveled up now. Now it's not satisfied with the picks. It's a little bit different now. The game is a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm also.
And if that is something that you want, like I said, if you're one of those people that are into casual dating and you want to do that stuff, like, yo, by all means, like, hey, before I waste my gas money, because gas is type crazy right now, before I ride over there, let me see what I'm about to be riding on when I get there. Then it's like, hey, you got to kind of do what you want. But if you're not comfortable with that, then you need to voice like, hey, listen, like I'm cool with us FaceTime and I'm cool with us doing this, but like, yo, like that's kind of where I draw the line. Boundaries are important. And I know it's not a C word, but it's like I'm gonna wind up saying it like in a lot of my segments, is like your boundaries are so important. And the earlier that you set them up and the earlier that you stand firm on them, the better off it will be with you in the long run. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people push their boundaries to the side because they're like, I just want to get here. And it's like you don't realize the type of the stuff you set yourself up for in the future.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about my DM 101, or do you feel like I covered most of the bases? I also want to point out I did all that off the top of the dome.
What's up? Hope y'all was taking notes. If not, just rewind.
What's the 4 C's?
Comfortable.
Ooh, okay.
Confident. Consistent.
Yep.
Catfish.
Yeah, let's go. That's
I can't remember that, man. You are going to step on a landmine.
I feel like that's got to be like the clip is like, what's the 4 C's? You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you.
It don't have to be. I'm just saying it might be.
Hey, listen, I might put a little baby landmine on there.
The catfish picture is going to be the crazy one.
But yeah, man, is that it?
I mean, that's all I really have for this segment. Like I said, like next week is going to be like first date.
Okay.
And it's like, I think I'm going to do first. I was thinking about was like, do I do first date conversations or first date ideas? And I think first date ideas is better because it's like, how you going to talk about what you're going to do on the first date when you don't even know where you're going yet?
Okay.
So it's like first date ideas is the best one. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right.
I think it'll be a little bit shorter too, because it's like, there's really only so many good first date ideas.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. Well, let's jump over into this cultural gym. Thank you.
Yeah,
Start calling you Doc Nasty.
Doc McStuffins. Dr. Doc Boots. Yeah.
So
shine bright like a diamond.
Our
cultural gem. Our
cultural gem for this episode is none other than the 1997 movie Hoodlum.
Lawrence Fishburne, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
So I'll go through the cast quick.
That was another movie that was on the DVD list.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to let you know.
So we have Lawrence Fishburne. We have Cicely Tyson, R.I.P. Tim Roth, Vanessa Williams, Andy Garcia, Loretta Devine, Queen Latifah, Shy McBride, Clarence Williams. I mean, it goes on. It should have been
bigger. This movie should have been bigger.
Paul Benjamin, it goes on and on, bro. It goes on and on. And basically the premise of it is Bumpy Johnson is one of the characters. That's who Lawrence Fishburne plays. And he works for Cicely Tyson, who is like a mob queen. And they're going against I can't remember his name.
But it's Tim Roth and Andy Garcia, right?
Dutch, yep. Tim Roth plays Dutch, which is like the white gang, and Cicely Tyson and Bumpy Johnson and is the black gang, and they're battling over the territories on which they sell drugs and bootleg alcohol and all that other stuff.
Well, the main thing wasn't it? They were running numbers. That was their thing for a while. That was a big thing.
And just fighting over territory between like who is where and what is what, and of course people are losing their lives. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is they're having a Cicely Tyson sitting on one side of the table and Tim Roth sitting on the other side, and some hammers come out.
Yeah, they pull all the guns out.
This man Dutch was out here wilding.
Yeah,
and that man, what was his name? I'm gonna tell you right now what his name was. Oh, what was his name?
Is it a spoiler to say what the scene is about, or like what happened?
No, so it was a meet. It's supposed to be like a mutual meet where there's supposed to be no violence, and some Dutch had a disagreement with somebody right before the meeting and cut the guy's testicles off.
He said, "You got some real big balls on you, kid."
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, I got the biggest."
He wasn't wrong, and he threw him on the table, and then
he threw this man's just freshly cut off testicles on the table in front of Cicely Tyson.
Right. And then it was like, "Hey, lower the guns," and the one homie wouldn't lower the gun down.
I think it's the dude who played Mr. Echo and Lost. He was like, he refused to give it up.
You might be right. And Lawrence Fishburne's like, "Hey man, put the gun down." He's like, "Man crazy. Man real crazy. Think he can throw dead men balls upon me, queen?" It's like, I thought he was gonna let Dutch have it right there at the table, man, because he was real curious.
It looked like he was about to let it off.
Mind you, Cicely Tyson had the game face on, like, supposed to be impressed by this.
Yeah.
Like she was a G. So it's definitely a good movie. It does take place in like that, I want to say like 1950s, 1940s.
Sounds about like 50 sounds about right.
Yep. So it's like back when they still like jukebox dancing and stuff like that. So
and a swinger.
There you go. So it's like bootlegging liquor, running numbers, and early onsets of drugs. Mm-hmm. So good movie. Check it out. It's 1997, like I said. Of course, we want to know where to watch it, right?
That's usually a big one. Besides my DVD collection.
He says that's usually a big one.
But it's like, it's one of those movies, like I said, it was in my DVD collection forever, and I feel like we always skipped over it because it doesn't have the best like DVD case. Mm-hmm. And I was like, once we watched it, we're like, why did we never watch this movie? Like, this movie's fire.
Because some things just get overlooked, man.
Yeah, and it's like
get overlooked,
especially like when you talk about like the cast that you just said that was on it. Like the movie should have been bigger than what it was.
Iconic. It's iconic. So
isn't there a TV show that Forrest Whitaker's doing now that has to do with
Godfather of Harlem? He plays Bumpy Johnson.
I was gonna say it has to do with
Godfather of Harlem is also a good one.
But that's a TV show though.
Yes.
On Hulu?
No, it's it is on Hulu. It is on Hulu. I'm sorry. Yes, it's definitely on Hulu, and it's worth watching.
I remember when I watched Boardwalk Empire, I thought Steve Buscemi and Nucky Thompson was Bumpy Johnson, and it took me like a minute to figure out like what was going on. I was like, all right, where? Because I was like, oh, they just whitewashed Lawrence Fishburne in this TV show.
Boardwalk Empire was a gem too, though.
It was.
They had what you call it, and he just recently passed away.
Michael K. Williams, my man Chalky White.
There you go.
One of his best roles.
There you go. All right, so you can watch Hoodlum on YouTube, of course. It's gonna be $4 though. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. Also gonna cost if you're not a Prime membership, and it's on that voodoo. It's on that voodoo.
B-dubs.
It's on that voodoo.
Yo, Young King, let's get a voodoo song going.
Shout out to voodoo, right?
Yeah.
Voodoo, hit us up, man. Stop playing with us. All right.
How we do the voodoo that you do.
Right. Might hashtag them. Maybe they'll look us up. All right. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight, man.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. Didn't we say last time that when one of us does the heavyweight lovers, the other one has to do like
on the fresh week? Not right now.
So that means the next you doing that because I gotta go first then. Wow.
See that look right at the camera like got him. But yeah, that's what we're doing.
All right.
I feel like you'll be better prepared.
Fine. At least I get the Saturday show, so it's like I have like 4 or 5 days to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
you're welcome.
I mean, it's not like you don't have a week. That's literally how it really works.
What you're talking about. But yeah, we appreciate y'all getting with us, man. I'm gonna throw them timestamps in there. We're gonna make sure to get that off. Check out Hoodlum. It's a really good movie. And until next time, we out of here.
Yeah. Make sure if y'all want the tickets to that boy Bad Boy Witch show,
good.
hit him up on Get With It. on IG, so that way you can get the tickets. I'm pretty sure $80 for ringside and $40 general admission, if I'm not mistaken. Come out, show some support for your boy, AIC, local, right there, right on the half. Let's get to it. Why not?
I'll let the boy, bad boy.
Deuces, 35, KD.
Hey.